best. Blockbuster still exists in Alaska.
All right.
Actually, it doesn't. The last one closed down, I think,
killed
5
it?
or 6 years ago. Like, it was a long time ago that the last one closed
It
down.
died? I can't believe
I'm
it
pretty
died.
sure the last one shut down.
All
If
right,
it doesn't, it's
Nazca,
that
if you're
one that's
gonna say
practically just a museum.
Museum
you belong in a
of
museum.
Burger.
A Blockbuster museum. Which I imagine the whole Czar's ancient bit. That doesn't help it at all. But the last Blockbuster practically was a museum of blockbusters.
The
I can't
last
believe they even
burger.
made a museum for it. I thought they were wiped out in the Great War.
All right. So the one that's kind of a museum is located in Bend, Oregon. The last ones in Alaska closed
doing
in
what
August
to
of 2018. But yes, I am ancient. I am
An ancient one.
Well, you know,
speaking fossil.
I remember Blockbuster. It was a minute ago, but I remember him.
I somewhat remember it as well.
It was a routine part of my Friday nights. We would go there, and I would essentially use my pocket money to rent the $1.99 videos. We would just find the cheesiest ones we could and watch those.
Of course.
To get a new release was a treat.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also rented video games occasionally from Blockbuster as well, back when that was a thing.
We rented a couple games, yeah.
Yep. Actually, Blockbuster was how I was first introduced to anime in any form, because they actually
Which
had
anime?
a section for it in the store.
Did they have was it part of the store that you had to go behind like a curtain?
No, it was just like, it was actually in the front of the
Not
store.
all
It was the,
anime is
as you-
ecchi anime, alright?
and it was the front right corner, actually.
I watched one
Oh,
ecchi anime by
anime!
accident, and all
I'm
of a
going on
sudden,
Twitter.
I'm...
All anime is.
Look, I'm
I'm
just
going on
saying
Twitter. I'm tweeting hashtag all anime.
you could show me shorts of various anime, and I could not tell you if it were porn or not.
Is it unfortunate that I somewhat can? It's mostly because of how they usually portray the protagonist.
Nah.
If they have
Naska's
eyes,
gonna give
not
Naska's
porn.
got a speech. Naska,
Yeah,
I
most of
tweeted
the-
hashtag all anime. You're
What was I
ruined
thinking?
now.
Oh no, so last week was like the first week of anime, and I looked and it's like, oh wow,
What does
there's
that
two
even mean?
each season.
It's the
There's 4
first week
seasons.
of anime.
The
Yeah,
first
the
week of
first-
anime.
Yeah, the first week of anime for the season.
Yep.
And I went to an anime. I was like, oh
All
my
the
god,
anime
this anime
started.
has 2 episodes already. That's amazing. I watched the first one. I was like, oh, okay. I watched the second one. I was like, wait, this is the exact same thing. And then I looked at the title, and one of them was like censored and uncensored. I was like, oh, that's why there was 2 episodes.
Yeah, I can't remember if the first one I ever watched was Ghost in the Shell or Akira. It was one of those two.
I mean,
Tegan
those were
hates
good.
those.
I like
They were classics, yeah.
Tegan hates Ghost in the Shell. We've watched the first 8 minutes about 60 times.
I can't get through the first 8 minutes, dog. I don't know why. I just get
He
He
bored
hates the
so
music.
easily.
He hates the sound. He hates the lights. He hates the.
But like, depending
hate
on
that
your
the
age,
boat
I mean,
guy's
like
called
Czar
Mr.
was probably
Boat.
only what. Depending on Czar's age, I mean, the best part was getting to watch a naked woman. So
He has
mean, I was
to be
also-
naked so she can turn invisible. No, it makes sense. Just because all the other people don't have to be to turn invisible doesn't mean she.
He has to be
What?
naked in
Sorry.
order to travel
I
back in
turned into
time.
Naska
I was
for a
also
second there.
entertained
Hold
by
on.
the story. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Kira's
Do you like
good.
the story? Which one you watched? You watched Standalone Complex?
No, the original movie is what he
Yeah,
means.
it was the original Ghost in the Shell movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched
like
the
Ghost in the
original,
Hell.
the first Studio Ghibli movie, which was the Wind of Valley, Nask and
Nazca of the Valley of the Wind.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
That makes
airplane
sense. Is
one?
that what you're named after?
No. I'm named after an anagram I made in, or acronym I made in 5th grade.
Naska.
Nakus.
I had a
And
cousin who was super into Princess Mononoke, and he's
Valley
not like an
Wind
anime dude, but he just
Sweet.
loved fucking Princess Mononoke.
He did what to her?
That one was
What?
interesting. I
What?
enjoyed Princess Mononoke. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it was good.
My first one was
Oh!
Spirited Away because it was on Cartoon Network.
I remember now. The first
Well,
one that
if
I
you're
saw was
counting
My Neighbor
those-
Totoro when I was 8 years old.
Oh, that's a
Ah,
good
of
one.
course.
It was at
I
my
think-
dad's friend's house.
But
No, my-
there's also
my-
Pokemon and Bakugo and Beyblade on Cartoon Network that you are animes, just the dub version.
I
No.
barely count those. I know that technically they count, but like
Yeah, my first was Legend of Korra. It's the best
I was,
anime.
I was talking about Ghibli in that case, though.
Yeah, I watched Danny Phantom. That
I
was
watched
my
My
first
Neighbor
anime.
Totoro in a van on one of those crappy screens on the
Fledge.
trip to El Paso.
I watched on a
Awesome.
VHS on one of those big old fucking heavy televisions back in the day.
My grandma had one of those big TVs at her house.
Once again, selling the point that I am an ancient being well past his prime.
No, you're still in your prime.
Not at all, my dude.
Well,
Not even
I mean,
close.
You might have an Amazon Prime.
I do have Amazon Prime, yes.
I believe.
By the way, if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend Violent Night.
I've heard good things. The trailer
Is it a
looked fun.
Christmas movie?
Yes, but it's with Sheriff Hooper as Santa Claus.
Does it have
Yes.
Mickey Mouse in it?
No.
It's
No,
for
but you
use
watch him.
now.
Damn.
You watch him like suck on a candy cane to sharpen it, and then he stabs people with it in the throat.
That's what I
Oh.
do.
To be honest, yeah,
Do they
that's
sing-
a,
do
that's
they
a pretty
sing the
common
song?
American tradition, I gotta say.
Do they sing
Yeah,
the song
yeah.
too? Do they go Violent Night?
I don't think so. I could be
Oh,
wrong.
that's-
Might be
that's
in the trailer.
unfortunate.
Holy fuck.
What? Did someone else do something? No. Okay.
I
No,
found a
Nask, it's
Pathfinder
just you. Keep
YouTuber
rolling.
named Crunchy McDabbles. Yeah, I actually enjoy a lot of his stuff.
Is
I
this
think
some
he has
sort
a-
of
I think he has a
in
pretty
joke?
recent. No, Crunchy McDabbles is a real YouTuber. No,
Okay. Sometimes you guys do in jokes though, so you have to understand my confusion.
No. That
Are we
that's
talking
me-
about legendary CMD? That's like powerful Joe Rogan.
No, that's me and Tegan referencing random bullshit, and you don't get it, but us two get it.
Is it
because
Crunch McDabbles or Crunchy McDabbles?
Crunchy McDabbles?
'Cause there's Crunch McDabbles.
Dang,
He gets
I could
really
do
into the
damage.
crunch of Poof Finder.
Skiz
he had like a-
McSqueeze.
He had a video recently that's like a full, like, goddamn statistical analysis of DPR and the value of it.
I think
Oh,
we're talking about Crunch McDabbles.
Crunchyroll.
I don't think there's a Y.
Ooh, that's not the right thing.
Maybe Fledge is wrong.
Fledge, you're wrong.
Sorry, Fledge.
How much damage is +1?
Plus
yeah,
one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Cool.
How much damage is +1?
Cool.
How much damage is +1?
I think it's somewhere around what? The absolute value of -1 even.
Do you like my 62 damage I did to you, dude? In one swing.
That was
no.
53.
I blocked it.
Ah, okay.
I
Damn,
blocked
you know
it with
it's,
my cool
uh,
shield.
You know it's better than 53?
69.
54.
25.
There's no Y, but the other YouTuber who referred me definitely used a Y. Might be one of those things where it's probably better with a Y.
It's the meme. It's the meme content.
Mandela effect, guys. That's what it is. That's
It was
Yeah.
2 separate people, and you're just
Do
thinking.
you guys
of
know he
different
died in
people.
prison?
I can't believe it. I thought he was alive and well.
Any day now.
Any day now he'll die.
any day. It's
Mm.
any day.
But we love
bro,
him.
when
We
you
love
got
him and
that
wish the best for him.
Disney Channel flow. Bye.
Nelson Mandela got that Disney Channel flow. Is that what I just heard?
What am I doing with
It's
my
that
life?
Disney-
5 million
flow.
YouTube
5
6
million
months
too
have
much.
never done before.
Why am I getting Mandela effect over something I just got exposed to? Ain't the internet funny, Fledge?
Cause you're crazy, Fledge. Oh my gosh.
I
You
can't
keep making up
believe it.
all these false lies, and you're just causing.
Yo,
a
that's what
problem,
Tegan
Fledge.
said to me today when I woke up.
I can't believe that Crazy Frog
Mhm.
is the band. What's the song?
Every time. Tegan's got a little quote to say every time.
Tegan, how tall are you?
I don't want to go into this right now.
4'8".
Well,
I'm
with
6
that,
inches tall.
who's going to summarize? What happened to our glorious viewers? Some of which may have not been here last session.
We did stuff.
Wait, what did y'all do to the glorious viewers?
Wouldn't you like to
Glorious.
know?
Oh, I'm assuming Blue's not going to be here this evening.
He's going to be a little late. Yeah, something
he was-
came up very suddenly.
I was like, he was just here a second ago.
Let's see. I think last time was Oh, that was the wolves. Okay, so last time,
The
on Dragon Ball
wolves.
Z, we further explored in the cave, and came upon a cave full of wolves, which was kind of insane. There was a truly ridiculous amount of them. Thankfully, only half of them tried to murder us.
Not even half. It was like 5 or 6. And
The
there was like
That was
Kelpie
like
one more.
closer
encounter-
to 8.
The Kelpie encounter was actually a while ago, Fledge.
Oh yeah,
Like,
the Kelpies were
I remember
ages.
it like it was yesterday.
You couldn't kelp it.
I was literally another man then. Anyway,
Another
so
Wow.
we ended up.
Congrats on the transition.
Yep, we the transition to fungus. Yes. Anyway, we won that fight. It was a little bit touch and go there for Dord. He was getting chewed up pretty bad.
Fine.
But we ended up winning, and with some good rolls from Blue, we managed to tame the pack essentially, and get them moved back and added to our follower count, which was nice.
10 puppies.
Look at that
We also
big guy.
found a couple more of the folks from this hunter
Of
tribe
Sarenrae,
down here.
Fledge.
Yep, Fungus Leshy, cleric of Sarenrae. So, and the great thing about him is that since lying is anathema, he's brutally honest about everything, and it's fantastic.
He's kind of silly.
But yeah, we found the 2 stragglers and brought them back to these folks, who were then a lot more receptive about giving us information about the valley. We still have a little bit to go for exploring the cave. This upper
It's
left
like
area is now
one
blocked
room.
off because someone walked through there and
It was
collapsed it.
blue.
It
was
wasn't
blue.
Nazca this time.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was actually blue.
And yeah, I think that was most of what happened last session.
Oh,
started
there was
to
that
get
room
late.
too. That
A
room with the
mushroom
ice
who worships
dragon.
the sun, you sick fuck. Photosynthesis. Okay.
Is Sarenrae the sun god?
Yes.
Oh, you're right. That's actually fucking hilarious. I love that. But
You
she
you
isn't-
want what you can't have.
She isn't
Makes sense.
technically. She isn't the sun. That isn't technically correct.
yeah.
But she is the goddess of the sun.
Well, I mean, mushrooms can photosynthesize as well, and I'm pretty sure chanterelles grow out in the wild as opposed to in caves, so it makes sense.
I don't think mushrooms can
Like-
photosynthesize.
Because his name is Chanterelle, and he's a cleric,
Cleric,
so it's a multi-layered pun.
No, there aren't any mushrooms that can do photosynthesis.
Really?
No.
Did you know there's only one
Mushrooms
type
are
of
more
armadillo that can roll
are
up into a
significantly
ball?
more closely related to humans than they are to trees, though. So
Okay.
there are mushrooms that have plants grow inside of them.
They chlorophyll ya.
Some algae are like that.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, that's Chanter.
Property of the Infernix Corporation.
So yeah, I think that's a summary of all that happened last session. If I missed anything significant, let me know. But I think that was about it.
Yeah, I think we got it. Mostly, yeah, exploring the cave. Well, I mean, I think you neglected. I forgot if you talked much about the people you found.
You didn't talk
I did
about the
mention them
room over to
actually.
the
I said we
left.
found a couple of stragglers up
Ah.
here that we brought back to the tribe, and
There's the
these
damn
folks down
room.
here were a lot more receptive about giving us information afterward because we proved our worth.
Yeah. All that we have
Indeed,
left is the
indeed.
grove in the middle and then like the waterfall up left.
Pretty much, those are the 2 zones we have left, and then we're kind of done with this cave after that.
Yeah.
And then we
No,
can
I am-
kill that dragon.
Yeah.
There
I
is
do remember
also
that. I do
The
remember that.
shrine.
Oh
Yeah,
there's
there's
a
the shrine we need to investigate, but also
I thought-
Ensei
no, we
asked
didn't.
about Hamon. But that was the thing that Torgash was focused on. Like, if you guys still want to find those dwarves, that's perfectly fine. But that's who Hamon was a part of, was that group of dwarven wrestlers.
Yeah, but still allies.
Could
3
be.
people.
Not Axis.
Funny
But if
joke.
we were gonna find out about Hamon, we need to talk to the Crusader up here before they leave for the night.
Okay.
When they leave for the night, they.
Oh
ain't
yeah. Oh,
coming
did we
back.
mention that they gave us some of their people too? Like they wanted to hide some of their people in our following.
Among Us?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Among
that's
Us.
right.
Among Us.
Yeah, they did want to like hide a child who was potentially a summoner,
I thought it was a
Or a,
God
uh,
speaker, something like
God
that.
caller, but
Which
that's
is-
just their
yeah,
name for
that's-
summoners.
It is potato tomato.
Wait, wait. Does that mean Board is a guard or Dord? Is it Dord? It's Dord, right? Dord is a bard.
Yes.
God caller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something
Oh my
like that. Those are
They have-
words.
They flat out called Dord a God caller on a couple of occasions.
Well, I think that was when I wasn't here.
It was when you weren't here.
Yeah, but that's okay. Nazca doesn't deserve information.
I will peg you so hard.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know what got into Nazca just now.
What are you guys doing? And not
Eating?
other than pegging, apparently.
All right. Anyway, so for these folks,
I'd say Finnegan takes the people back, and then we go into and just figure out the rest of the cave.
that would be my vote as well. If Finnegan's going to be delayed, it would make sense to
Okay.
have him take these folks back to the tribe and get them settled in,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can explore the rest of the cave and then meet him back there.
Sure thing. If you guys want to keep going.
Alright.
All right, Finnegan, you go take these people back.
You got this, Finnegan.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Finnegan.
Wow, Finnegan's voice sounded different.
Was
Yeah.
he ever Fenna there to begin with?
You might want to take his mammoth too.
Yeah,
Sure
and
thing.
take your mammoth with you.
Alright, I feel like we should address the elephant in the room.
You're a god caller?
That's a mammoth.
Yeah, you're a god caller. When did that happen?
Yeah.
Right.
Like collar, like the thing around your neck?
It's a... No. C-A-L.
I don't know what that means.
It's a colloquial term for my style of magics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any other questions for that?
I don't... It doesn't
Ensei?
seem like
And so you
it.
got anything else you want to know about Doid?
What's your favorite color?
I like blue.
Oh. Okay. Like my ears?
You ever
It's
killed
quite a nice
anybody,
blue.
Doid?
Yes,
I thought you were
plenty.
about to
You've
ask
seen
me-
me.
Have you ever
fuck.
kissed
Oh, you're
anyone?
right.
Have you
Uh,
ever kissed anyone, Dord?
No, I went off much before I was fancying anyone.
Fair enough. We should
Dude,
finish
does he
this
fancy
cave.
anyone in the
You have a
tribe?
crush on anyone in the tribe? Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
here
is there
as
anyone
a-
who's caught
I'm
your
here as a
eye?
worker, not to get my rocks off. Let's go.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Let's hold the personal conversations until after we're done with our job.
I like that. Let's hold this personal conversation to happen never. Goodbye.
To the orchard.
Jordan Bod, asexual representation.
Absolutely.
All of Tegan's
All of my characters are asexual.
like aggressively asexual.
No romance in the party.
There will be
Yes,
no romance in my
To
party.
the left.
But you can't get into the highly optimal min-maxed polycule.
There's
Asexual
still an-
people can get married.
Oh, right. I forget. Best in
Just-
best in slot sexuality in Pathfinder is ace.
Mm-hmm. I can get married to anyone.
Chanter doesn't even need to get married to reproduce, so he's good.
You reproduce
Anyway,
via spore.
So Chanter's gonna climb up on Spruce Willis again to go through the water.
Chanter, the room was to the left.
There's also might be another entrance to it up this direction that I can see.
In a
Alright.
room
So
with a
we need
well-
to explore both
Well,
possibilities.
I'll let him go over there. I already went up there earlier.
There's also a shrine over here that needs explore.
Oh,
All right, you know what? Never mind.
I
Chanter will look into the shrine.
I forgot
While
about
he
the
runs
shrine.
off on his own.
Yeah.
forgot about the shrine. I thought we already
Would,
looked at it.
Head this way towards Shanter.
Step right in. Walk this way.
I'll just sit at the back.
Slowly,
so that no
of
one
course,
can get
just
in.
trudging through the water.
No one's
So,
gonna get in or out.
The shrine itself, not barely 5 feet, rather small, is composed of, as I mentioned, colorful paintings, that central glass prism in the center. That's redundant, but don't worry, I'm tired. Reflecting light from these tiny air shafts that are kind of around the cavern, although that light's sort of dimming as it is getting a little late into the night. The paintings seem to depict several entities along with humanoid figures sort of in front of them. One of the entities is a two-headed bear vulture, like one head's a vulture, one's a bear. There is a gold mammoth that spouts fire from 3 trunks. Hello?
Hello?
I'm listening.
Hello, yeah.
Oh, give me a second. There we go.
Broken.
Broken, yeah. There is a moose that is feathered with flowered antlers. A woolly white rhino with horns cresting its back. A giant ferret with a 12 legs.
Centipede ferret.
An elk with a torso and the head of a great owl. And a boar with jutting bone spurs. Or spurs.
We have bone spurs.
Am I aware of any gods these would correspond with, or should I make a religion check to determine that?
It would probably be I'm gonna go ahead and say no, with this being a lost valley. You wouldn't be able to identify these as any god of any common pantheon.
Oh shit! All right.
Yo, those are some cool drawings.
As I mentioned, there are humanoid figures sort of alongside each of these entities.
Do I
having a
recommend,
good time.
or do I recognize any
They
of
are.
the depictions, or are they just like pretty generalized, like humanoid figures?
Some of them have more there's definitely some like artist flavor to it, I guess you could say. The one that maybe would catch your eye the most is the one standing alongside the boar with bone spurs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pale figure drawn with features that are demonic in nature. Hooved feet, long claws.
Oh, that's not ideal.
Could I make a demon lore check, maybe?
I mean, you identify the drawings as like, okay, they're trying to paint whatever this is as a demon, but
Okay.
you wouldn't be able to identify like a specific demon or entity.
This is out of my wheelhouse. It's a weird demon, and most demons are weird, so...
Trying to think of what I might have. Let's see. Since this is a lost valley, most of my recall knowledge isn't going to be useful here. Or I've got occultism trained. Is that something that might give me an idea of the function of the shrine, or like like whether or not this is a
Why didn't we just ask
like
the people about
religious
the shrine
pantheon
before
or
we
like
came over here?
just like an occult thing or
How about you all just make me an int check?
okay.
Int check. Got it.
Wait, was
Yeah,
that
check,
everyone
check.
here?
You may have to use, well, anyone looking at this.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, clearly there's something happening that I'm not connecting out of character.
Blind GM roll. Go. I'm dubious.
And you are.
A dubious little creature.
Cantor, you recall that they call summoners god callers.
Oh Jesus Christ! This is an altar for a summoner, isn't it? Of some kind.
Well, again, there are several humanoid figures against these,
Yeah.
all alongside each of these entities.
Hmm.
I believe it was also mentioned to you that this is sort of a form of ancestor worship.
The ancestor.
Okay. Well,
Hey, dude, do you know how to
all
play
six of
Patty
Chancer's
Cake?
eyes widen for a second as he finally connects the thing his dumbass brain was trying to find.
It's okay, Chanter. It's a tired day.
And he looks back at Dort and says, I think this is a shrine to worship past families of summoners. This
Summoners?
may be something in your wheelhouse, Dort, despite your statement to the contrary.
I mean, I don't know much about history of summoners. Mine kinda happened as an accident.
And yet you share discipline with them. This seems to be a place where they can pay their respects.
I mean, I always do enjoy paying my respects.
And Chandra will move out of the way in case he wants to access it. Looks like this passage up here is too thin to pass through.
Yes.
Okay.
Press F to pay respects.
Yeah, a little bit too thin. Oh
Okay.
shit.
Oh my gosh.
Wow!
Wow, Luigi.
Wow,
Hey,
Luigi!
Alright. There's a raid, so that was the standard.
Yes, of
Procedure.
course.
Yeah, it was procedure.
You guys may continue on. Welcome to the party, guys. Get cozy.
Yeah.
Welcome. You're here for a long time.
Not a good time.
To the job. Oh no.
Alright. So if Dord doesn't want anything to do with
I'm
the shrine, then
begging.
Chanter will start moving on back towards the other area so we can see the grove of
Can I do
trees.
something to turn that up? Damn. Okay. Yes, you may go into the grove of trees. If you so desire.
Is Dord doing anything with the shrine?
Dord doesn't really have any idea of what could possibly be done with the shrine, so he's just kind of looking at it. But other than that, no.
Alright. Chanter will move back this direction then. Alright. I don't believe there's anything malicious with the shrine. We can move on.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk into this room over here.
Sure, if anyone's wanting to take their exploration actions, I would declare them now. By that I mean
Okay.
roll if you roll with them.
Stealth.
Okay. Yeah, I'm perpetually searching.
Oh, they
I will
changed
roll
some
some
stuff.
search
What the heck?
rolls.
I am perpetually hiding.
What is?
I am perpetually
okay, everything
high.
looks different. My brain is shutting down.
Why did it not roll? Why I delete? It didn't even give me the chance. It probably
just a
gave me the
perception
chance.
roll,
I'm just
right?
so tired.
Yes.
I just want to. Okay. Blind,
blind,
or
though.
public?
Yes,
Okay.
blind.
I'm gonna go up to here so anyone can get behind me.
Get behind me.
Stand behind the brom.
I fucking loved that music video.
My shield is here for you.
Oh shit, this
It
looks
is
nice.
easy.
Certainly looks
Yeah.
less hazardous than the demonic grove.
What you see is a cave that's open in the air based on an incline. There's these warm. It's warm. There's these tall, slender trees all about, and a hut in the center made of saplings and bits of mud. The first thing you notice now that you've actually entered Nazca, on the far side of the hut are 2 corpses.
Oh.
Like how fresh?
Not too fresh. Maybe, I mean, you'd have to get closer.
Well, can I make sure there's no traps? I didn't see anything.
I'm keeping your perception check in mind.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go up to it then. Wait, where are they? Can you ping it again?
On the far side, so right here.
All right. Well, and I'm gonna go up to it and investigate the bodies.
Yeah. Anyone else following through with him?
I'm following as well.
I also pointed out that there's bodies here too. Just to be
Yo,
clear.
dude, you coming as well, or are you just sitting back there?
I'm
I'm just checking.
but
Sneaky,
I'm hiding, dog. I'm being sneaky. I don't know how far I can go this way while still being sneaky.
Don't worry, you're behind me.
Getting closer, the bodies are actually of different age. One being significantly older than the other, practically completely rotten. It is dressed in half plate. The other
Free Arbor.
is dressed more traditionally in what you've been seeing the Sutaki wearing.
It's like the half plate. Would they look like a crusader?
It isn't too different from the armor that you saw the halfling wearing.
So it might be a crusader and a. I forgot the name already.
Sutaki tribesman.
Sutaki.
Mm-hmm. As I mentioned, the crusader's body is rotten. The Sutaki body is probably within the day. Probably showed up earlier before you arrived.
Does anyone have speak with the dead?
No, I do not possess that spell.
I do
That
not
is
know.
necromancy. That's a no-no.
That is forbidden magics.
I guess we should just leave the bodies. I imagine it'd be kind of rude to take their stuff.
I mean, grave robbing is always pretty rude.
Are you wanting to investigate them further?
They want us to bring the body back?
I guess like investigate for like any like notebooks or papers to see
You
if
go
there's
in
like.
there, Chanter.
Chanter's not going into the hut itself. He's just moving to get a better look at the Sutaki
this point,
body.
Okay. I mean, you're going to see something as you come up to the hut.
Yeah.
As you see,
Badger.
it's not a badger. A
Woodhog.
human-sized
Beaver.
A dire
Good time.
beaver.
Does it look aggressive?
It kind of looks like it's waiting to see what you do, but it is bearing its teeth, its claws.
Yo, Otter Gang.
You also realize
Step up, dog.
it's
There's
not
more of them.
alone.
Oh God. Okay.
Wait, they wouldn't. They
What a
wouldn't
dire
think
situation.
that-
Your
They wouldn't
perception,
think this is tasty.
with your perception, you notice one in the back is sort of
Ingram?
sitting, just laying there, kind of sickly.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and allow a medicine check. Since you did
Fantastic.
state you're investigating the bodies.
Let's see
I-
here.
I want to see if on the bodies or anything like marking like who they
Oh,
were
had the
or
wrong
like.
character selected.
Sure, I wouldn't. I think a religion would actually work best for that.
For me?
Yes.
Well, I was also looking for notebooks as well. That was the other word I was looking for.
Well, the religion's going to come into that.
Okay.
All right. Do I roll this publicly, or
Do it. Let's do it. Blind, please.
I'll do mine
Okay.
blind as well, I guess.
Yeah, on both ends.
I don't have a good plus. I'm not trained.
Chanter, looking closer at the bodies, you realize that both of them have pretty large bites. Look like they come from some kind of blunt teeth, fracturing of bones, that sort of thing. You know.
Okay, so the beavers likely murdered them. Okay. Or killed them in self-defense, one of the two.
The beavers killed them for some reason.
Naska, you do notice that the body of not the Crusader, but the Sutaki, has a religious symbol carved from bone in the shape of a sort of four-fingered claw. Both you and Chanter do also notice, as you've gotten closer to the hut, that there is a sort of the remains of a book kind of flown about, destroyed, like teared apart.
Okay. And
Go ahead.
I was going to say, this one back here, do I have any idea of what ailment might be affecting it?
Hit me with a religion check as well.
Okay.
The beavers are people.
Blind GM.
Hit me
There you
with
go.
your best check.
That Mendevian Crusader was likely of the Walking Dead.
Oh.
A zombie?
Oh, they ate a zombie. So the thing is probably either turning
Someone's
or
got a
not
tummy
feeling well.
ache.
I'll be right back. My food's here. But Chanter's going to motion to Dord for him to come up. And then he's going to say out loud to the beaver folks in Howlet, can you understand me?
Can you hear me?
That is...
The creatures kind of respond to your voice, but as you would recognize as the way an animal would, as they, again, this one continues to bare its teeth at you.
Wait, so do they look like the beavers are turning into zombies?
This one looks sick.
I'm a beaver believer. I don't think he's turning into a zombie.
Okay. Let's see here.
And then I saw his face.
I'll let you take the reins here,
And now
Chanter.
I'm a beaver.
Unless there needs to be talking, because I'm probably better at talking than you. Somehow.
Are they
Can I have
dire beavers or were beavers?
Can I have some of the crackers or bread or
Oh yeah, I've got some.
nuts or berries or something like that from one of your ration kits, please?
I pull out one of
I
my
think I
ration
lost all of
kits
mine.
and hand it over.
No, I might not have. I
Okay.
don't remember.
I'm not as good at this
Threw a bunch in the plate.
as Finnegan, but I can make an attempt.
You can
And
sure try.
Finnegan is basically going to attempt to offer them food and to show that
You
he's
just
a
called yourself.
non-threatening
You just
individual.
called yourself
okay.
fat again.
With a nature check to shift their reaction to basically being more friendly or neutral, so he can
See if
help
you
out
can
the
calm
one
them
back.
down. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Careful
You may attempt.
with them. There isn't mushroom in
Alright.
there.
Unless someone would like to include themselves so that they can potentially
If I can use
aid.
diplomacy, I would.
I would require what's it called? Wild
Explanation.
empathy, I believe.
Okay.
No, there's actually like an ability like rangers and druids get where they can actually
Lets
use
you
diplomacy.
replace.
Yeah.
There's a couple different ways to get just replace stats with other stuff.
Yeah, but I only have a
Yes.
+2, and I can hurt him too if I messed up the roll.
I could make some little chittering noises to try and coax them out, like you do with a cat, like a tss, you know?
Do you have a decent nature check to help
I've
me
got a
with that?
+7.
That's
Okay,
better
that
than
could
mine.
work,
I
yeah.
think that's like the second best.
Yeah, if you want to give it a go.
I'll
You're
give him
unlucky you
a
didn't
few
get
little
first.
tss and do the like the rubbing fingers together that you do to get the cats to come up to you so you can pet them.
Yeah, right.
Young dude's gonna beat the shit out of you.
Beavers are just everyone knows beavers are just the cats of the ocean.
They're just ocean cats. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, George, you have the
ocean
second
cats and
best
ocean
nature.
cats and ocean cats.
Ocean cat.
Is that blind GM, by the way?
No,
No.
you can make
Oh.
this public.
All right. Sounds good.
8 is public, so that we know if you get
18.
a crit. So
That's a +1 for Chanter.
Okay.
Work.
even if you get a plus.
And then is mine also going to be public, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
so skills?
I'm eating this
Yes.
rice ball like a
seduce
apple.
the beavers with your ample wood, Chanter.
I've got a big old log here for you, beavers. I just cut it down.
I really don't like any of that. That was just said.
It's very hard wood.
Actually, what kind of wood grows here?
Now, what is the wood? How hard is the road?
Demon wood grows
That's
here.
a 27.
This one approaches. Cautiously. Kind of stares at the tree a little bit. Making it clear it doesn't feel comfortable kind of going out with this, like...
Okay. Chanter's gonna motion for the tree to go back.
I thought you were writing it.
Some space.
It waits for a second for the tree to, like, move and then just stay. Right? Like, once it knows it's done.
Yeah, the tree actually sits down, like, to signify that it's...
Right. Then it's going to move forward and start to kind of... It's not going to eat out of your palm. It wants to...
Yeah,
It
he's
makes it
going
clear
to...
it wants to have it on the floor.
Yeah, he'll set the food down for him to pick up.
Good, because
Okay.
you might get a bite of Chanter and then start eating Chanter.
I prefer not, please.
They're not... Well, okay. Most of you know beavers. They're not carnivorous.
Everything's
fair,
carnivorous if you give it a chance.
But the thing is, I'm not made of meat. I'm made
Yeah.
of plant matter.
Yeah, he's
so
a plant.
technically-
Chanter, you're such a fun guy.
That's why I said that. They might get a bite of Chanter, and he's technically a plant, so... They
He's
might
not
start eating
technically a
Chanter.
plant.
I was about to say funguses aren't plants. They're funguses.
Fungus tastes like really weird
Meat.
pork.
I thought it like had protein in it.
Yeah,
It
which
do.
is what humans are made out of.
Whoa.
Some plants are made out of protein.
Everything's made out of proteins, but that's not what we mean when we say proteins. Yeah.
Okay.
With it calmed down, the other one kind of comes out as
Lack of
well.
opportunity.
Every time.
Jeez, you keep
There is
killing
no
everything.
chance.
And
Again, just watching, wanting to... Not doing anything. Ghoul says beavers eat mushrooms. Wow, you didn't need to
Okay.
tell me that.
Okay. So
it's
there's
fine. Everything's fine.
All my
Is-
homies hate
is-
beavers.
And
Probably
Chanter
already
is
got
going to... He's essentially going to... he knows these things probably, if they're animals, aren't going to be intelligent enough to speak.
Not without a spell.
But he's going to... he's gonna, like... take his time and slowly move over here. And then over here. And then... motion to himself and then to this beaver here.
Wait, I have a great idea to do this. I cut my arm off. You heal it back to show them that you're trying
this-
to...
At this point, I would probably call in for another nature check. It's going to be
Okay.
quite a bit easier since they've been placated, but you're requesting something of them?
You need a guidance.
I would appreciate it.
I will.
Dancing
come out
from
of
the
my-
dark
I will
sends
come
a
out of my
guidance your way.
stealth, and
I
I
mean,
will-
so again, this is probably like a minute of back and forth to kind of
That's
get
true.
across what you're
No
trying to
guidance. Get lost, kid.
do. Now, if someone else would like to assist him, that's
Probably
a
the
thing.
second best nature kid here.
I'm not exactly sure what I could do to assist, but I could
Make more scritch sounds.
make more scritch sounds to try and get their attention away from Chanter so Chanter can slip in.
I mean, one thing you could do as kind of nonverbal is interpose yourself between them and the tree that they seem to be concerned about. And then that could be considered an assist.
And I'll try and get their attention away from Chanter so Chanter can squeeze in with some more pss, 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 pss. I want to pet one. I really do.
Well,
We'll see.
we're gonna-
Roll it.
Alright.
The dice will say.
The answer is
so-
no.
it's not a
No
success,
help,
but
but
it's
no
also
bad.
not a critical failure. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's important. So then skill, nature. I'm not sure I want to take that.
A 16 would be enough with you
Okay,
succeeding
alright,
at the
yeah.
previous check.
We're not gonna
Okay, then
take
I'll
it.
take that then.
Yes. You are allowed to know the result before you use the hero point.
Okay.
So at the end of this, we all team up and beat up the DM, right?
Yeah.
Teach him a lesson.
You didn't let us pet the beavers!
And with that, they will kind of give way to let you in and look at their
Better not move.
They're sick.
their friend.
All right.
This
He's gonna-
one being kind of smaller than the other two.
Oh God, it might be an adolescent or a child. All right. Yeah, he's going to examine the beaver and see if he can determine the nature of the illness and whether or not it is curable with what he has on hand.
Yes. More immediately, you are aware the undead it probably has taken a bite out of was specifically a plague zombie.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, we gotta put him down.
Essentially, I'm trying to see if I can, whatever condition it's afflicted with. Like, I'm not sure if it's afflicted with a disease or if it's just sickened. I'm trying to determine that to determine what I should do next.
It is likely sick with zombie rot, something the plague zombie spreads. It is a relatively deadly disease.
Should we do something about the dead body? The zombie
Essentially,
dead
they
boy?
continue to take void damage until they die. And when they die, they rise as a plague zombie.
How long does this guy have?
Moments.
Probably a couple days still. It depends on if they can get proper treatment.
Oh, that's on us.
That's
if
our
it's-
job.
And mechanically, if it can make its fortitude saves.
Yep. So the thing is, for treating this thing, I would need to. All right, so I need to care for this thing for 8 hours at a time in order to get it to basically get the bonus for treat disease.
That's fine. Well,
Yes.
you can just make a new character, and we'll send Chanter back with the beavers.
I mean, or if you guys are okay looking at the final area by yourselves, which I don't think there's anything that's going to be too
I don't
hazardous.
think there's
left in the
gonna.
cave.
Yeah, I don't think there's any danger.
I'm completely
You're gonna
out
be
of
fine.
spells, gamer.
Like, Chanter can stay here and like care for the beaver. Like he would say, this creature has, I believe, contracted zombie rot.
Where are we going now, by
I
the
can
way?
try
Are
to
we
help
going...
it, but it will take time.
The waterfall is the last place.
Here?
Is
Yeah.
also a consideration whether or not you have spells that could cure or help fix diseases.
At the moment, I don't have anything memorized that could do it. Let me check Path
Oh god,
Builder.
sorry. Chanter, would you recommend we do with the
I can make
zombie
him
body then?
afraid.
So in second edition Pathfinder, is this kind of the situation where like I have access to the whole of the catalog? But I
Clerics
only memorize.
know their all common spells on their spell list.
Okay, let me see if there's anything that I can memorize that would actually clear this up entirely.
While you're thinking of that, I point at the body and say, should we
Zombie
get rid of
beaver
the
would make
zombie?
a fun Canadian dollar
We
commemorative
get rid of
Canadian
the
dollar for
zombie
Halloween.
body then?
We could
I'd
give
buy
it to
it.
the guys. Maybe they take it with them.
I feel like we should destroy
Like,
the
get out
zombie
of here.
body.
We could leave it for the dragon to eat, and then the dragon will get the plague.
We could bait the dragon
Um,
eating it. That's a good idea. What do you think about it, Dord?
I mean, I do want to kill that dragon. But I think dragons are more intelligent than you're giving them credit for.
Ah, this is a great plan.
It's still worth a shot.
We could leave a little note that says, "This is an offering and definitely not poisoned."
Eat this.
Eat this.
Just a
We put
note
a
that
sign
says
on it
eat
that
A
says
this.
"Eat me."
tasty morsel.
A tasty meat.
Dragon food.
Orcish, I have a mechanical question. So, how does counteracting an affliction work? Do I make a caster check versus a DC?
Yes.
Okay.
Against the DC of that the entity would have had to make. So, whatever the DC for this disease is the DC you're trying to beat.
Okay, and that would essentially just be a spell attack that I would do, or
I believe so. They don't call it a spell attack, but I believe the calculus is the exact same. It's your
it's like my
You have to
caster
try to
ability
spell
plus
something,
my
definitely.
proficiency.
trained.
Yes.
Okay. So, on my next ability to memorize spells, I can get Cleanse Affliction, which is a rank 2 spell. And I can't counteract it because I don't have access to rank 3 spells yet, I don't think.
We just gotta
Oh, no, it
kill them all and
says-
level up.
It says heightened. Let me.
Heightened third, yeah. So
Heightened
at third
third.
level, it can counteract
Okay.
disease or poisons, but
All
it
right.
will still do its base effect of reducing the stage by 1.
Yes.
Have I explained diseases to you guys? Do you know how those work? I know they haven't come up a lot.
Not really. Could we just make this thing vomit?
No, it's a bit more complicated than that. Essentially, diseases go in several stages. Each stage, you get a stacking effect. And when each stage has a duration, and at that duration, you make another save. On a failure, you go to the next stage. On a pass, you go down a stage. And
That's
if you
like curses.
They're all the same mechanic, yes. If you can get the stage to 0, the disease passes. It goes away. Poisons, diseases, and curses all work under the same mechanic of afflictions.
Ugh.
So, if you're staying here, I'm definitely going to leave you some extra food just in case you need to placate the Dia beavers once again.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't think they'll attack me if I'm helping their friend.
I just don't want them
but
to get
it-
hungry.
You know what? That's entirely fair. I will take the food.
Should we get rid of the body? Not Orcish. What? My
Yeah.
brain.
I think once we cleanse this one of its affliction, they'll be more receptive to us removing things from the hut. But I'll be fine. I have Spruce Willis here in case anything goes wrong.
That is a good point.
I do think it would be a good idea to, however, help these things, because if this creature does turn, it will be a problem if these two cannot fend it off. Because if all three of them end up turning, it could create a
Feedback loop.
A tide.
I believe that's an appropriate term, yes. It would create a number of undead. And knowing that this creature is going to turn undead, I can't leave it be. I cannot let that happen to it.
No, I agree. Plus, we're gonna have to come through this area in the future, so it's probably a good idea.
And then we can also, once we cure it, we can burn the body of this thing to make sure it doesn't cause a problem for anything else.
You don't want to feed it to the dragon?
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna be honest, a zombie
Chandra
dragon,
actually looks a
now
little
that
bit
I'm thinking
offended at that
about it,
suggestion.
zombie dragon, hard to deal with.
What if it just dies, though?
It won't. This
But
is a
it's a
plague
zombie
zombie.
plague.
It creates other zombies through disease.
Damn.
And creation of
Pathetic
undead
as
is against the
beavers.
tenets of Sister Cinder.
Burn
That's
the
fair.
body. So you want to stay here while we finish explaining the cave?
I think that would be best. I can try and
the
assist the
body.
creature to at least make it through the night before I'm able to pray to my god to cleanse this affliction.
Makes sense.
Alright, well, I will leave you
Well-
some food for the night, as well as leave you some food for the beavers. So,
What? Oh, hi,
I'll be
Finnegan.
fine on my
again?
own. I get my
Oh, you have
Finnegan's not
rations?
talking.
No. I just wasn't interrupting him.
oh, welcome back, Lou. I get my nutrition from other sources.
Ah.
Make
Honestly,
sure they don't eat you, Chanter, because I think beavers like mushrooms.
I will do my best. Oh, Finnegan. This
Yeah.
beaver here seems to be afflicted with zombie rot. I'm planning on staying here overnight to help it make it through the night and then cleanse the affliction in the morning.
It should probably be established these are beavers that are the size of man.
Yeah,
Wait.
I heard the word dire
So
beaver.
how
as I
how
came in.
tall are they?
6 foot.
At hind legs, probably about a little over 5 foot.
These are
Big
my kind of
beaver.
dire beavers.
So I could dance with one?
If you would let you.
That's a good point. I like that point. I
Um,
want to pet one.
If you would like to see if the others would like to go with you, Finnegan, you're more than welcome. I've managed to calm them down in your absence. But of course, I don't have the skill with animals that you do.
Oh yeah, that body right there is a zombie rot body, so be careful, don't eat it.
Actually, I think it's inside the hut.
Mainly Doot, do not eat that body.
Do not eat
why
it.
are you telling me not to eat it? I have no predilections to eating sentient. What?
Do
Well, it's
not
not
eat
sentient
that body.
anymore.
It was
Better
meant.
not. Don't
It was
do
meant
it.
to be a
Don't eat the
joke, all right.
body.
The joke was that I knew you wouldn't eat it, but I wanted to point it out just because it was obvious.
It was in
all right?
bad taste.
I know it tastes bad.
That's
That's why
Oh.
he's
Was
telling
that
you
a
not
joke?
to eat it.
Literally and figuratively, yes.
All right, I'm gonna give you a mean look, Finnegan.
Wow.
You are afraid for the next 24 hours. Stay afraid.
Consider
Sorry
yourself
that my puns are better
afraid.
than yours.
I'm giving you a mean look, Finnegan.
All right.
Finnegan is
Runs
not
being all the
phased.
boys.
Yeah, you
Oh
are
yeah,
not
he's definitely
phased.
not phased. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I think that's what Chanter would do in character, simply because of the whole anathema against undead. Like he
Right.